You remember when Bob was in Columbus and he was just shitting the bed left and right? Everybody's talking about how much of a bad playoff performer he is, and now the last 2 playoffs, he's just been so nasty. Like, his post work, absolutely outstanding. Probably the best skater in the entire league. The fact, like, his hands and his shoulders are world class. Always active, always making saves. Great head, great pivots. Like, I always get so amazed and just obsessed with Bob because there's so many little intricate details of his game that you can never obsess over enough to learn something from. And I mean, there's a reason why he's a Vezina candidate. He's one of the best in the world. He has been for a while. But man, Bob is the man right now. The man.
Back when he was with Columbus, that's when Jay Onrait and Dan O'Toole were having Officer Bobrovsky.
Bell, let's talk.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Let's keep it positive today. Let's keep it going. Vezina, by the way, Bob, Bobrovsky, I was going to say Markstrom for a second. Thatcher, Demko, Hellebuck. Who do you got for the Vezina?
Listen, I know it's always easier to say Bobrovsky right now because of the way he's playing and he's front of mind, but for my money, I still think Hellebuck was the guy that got the Jets to where they were, and I think he is your I think he is your Vezina winner, regardless of the fact that he lost out in the first round. A lot of people are pinning it on him, but as he said, he can't do it by himself.
Did you watch that post-game interview, like after the Game 5, where you could kind of see him going in and out of, like, kind of blaming the team, and then, no, it's my fault, and then it was a little bit of the team, then, well, I had to be better, though. I'm not saying this, though, by the way, like, you could see, like, his body language, like, there was, like, a subconscious, in effect, language. He was kind of being like, my team kind of hung me out to dry this series.
He was trying to keep it together to be a good team player because he realizes he's got a very long contract at Winnipeg, so I give him credit for holding it together, but listen, who doesn't want to let their true emotions show when they get a microphone shoved in front of their face right after they lose?
How about Trouba after Game 1? Yeah, Igor didn't play very good. He sucked. He knows it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's what a captain does. Calls you out when you're not playing right, and hopefully it's motivation. He knows how to motivate those guys. I think it's great. It's another reason why I think he's a great leader.
You think Demko has a chance at the Vezina?
No.
Why not?
It's a good question. I don't think the numbers were there, but I think he had a lot more chess pieces in front of him that were akin to helping him get there. Like his shots were. I don't want to take anything away from Demko. I think he's a heck of a goaltender, great goaltender, but he had a really good defensive system around him.
Absolutely great defensive system, but he's also, this is what amazes me about Demko, 6'6", insanely flexible, probably the most flexible for the biggest guy out there. If you're going to like ratio them, you know, like when you're playing Mario Kart, you want like drifting or drafting, or you want braking or acceleration. He kind of has a bit of both. If you were to kind of compare the both, great shoulders, great hands, the absolute world-class post work. Like Demko is also the man. I mean, every NHL goalie is the man, maybe like except Stuart Skinner, but they're all really pretty nasty.
Listen, going back to Bobrovsky for a second, one thing I've noticed about him, especially in that series against the Bruins, he's not a big guy in it. When you mentioned Thatcher Demko, like he has the mobility of a smaller guy.
You know what's sad though? Bob is only 6'2", only 6'2".
Yeah, right, exactly. Like he's still a big guy for average height, but for goaltenders, he's actually on the smaller scale. So what I like about him is that he throws his whole body, like he tries to get the puck to hit him in the logo every time. Like he doesn't motion so he's going to stop. Like he'll get his whole body in. He's like, oh, screw my glove! Here comes my body! Like it's like he's trying to jump in front of somebody to save a bullet or something. It's great. Like, do not touch the net. That is very delicate. Like he's trying to get it in the middle of the logo every time, like the biggest part of his body. It's a really interesting way to goaltend.
We call that a center shift.
There you go.
You shift the center into the puck. Center shifting. He's great at it. World class.
Are you a center shifting of that mindset when you're in goaltending? You're like, I just need to stop it however I can.
A bit of both. I mean, like you try to get your body into saves to kind of like shift blocker, shift glove, because like you can only do so much with reaching, and then you also like you open up holes, and that's kind of the name of the game as a big guy. Like when you're a Demko, and this is what makes him so impressive, is at 6'6", the holes are so huge. They're just gaping everywhere. Like you could just find holes left and right, but when you can finally like shift into the puck, blocker saves, pad saves, like you don't open up holes and you maximize that coverage, which again is just, it's a skill in and of itself, because realistically probably like 80, maybe 75 to 80% of all goals in the NHL are the goalie getting out of the way. And I know that sounds kind of crazy. It's not like dodgeball where they're like jumping out of the way, but let's say like guys coming down on me right here and I'm anticipating my blocker's coming out, then he shoots in between. Like I literally got out of the way to bring it back in and I gave him the goal.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Sling the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music.
Pop culture.
Politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.